Levant police take back control of Tehran's streets after nearly 12 hours of trouble. It's an eerie sight. We were arrested and had our tapes confiscated, so after that we had to film more discreetly. Everywhere fires were burning.
In a normal way, this kind of thing would be completely unthinkable. The Islamic Republic keeps such a tight grip on any kind of dissent that people simply don't dare to come out like this.
Now the tactics changed. People were jamming the streets with their cars, a safer way of demonstrating than they'd used earlier. There was no planning about it and no call to come out and demonstrate. People just gravitated to the squares and avenues near the Interior Ministry, where the votes were still being counted. When the crowds reached a critical mass, violence broke out. This in a country where for 30 years people have tended to keep their heads down rather than take on the forces of the state.
Nothing has been seen on the streets of Tehran like this since the revolution, right back in 1979. This shows the real intensity of feeling. These people feel that their election has been stolen from them, and they're showing it in a way that Iranians are not used to doing.
This government won't allow us to say what we want. We want freedom! We want freedom! We want freedom!
At least 4 police motorbikes were burning in the middle of the street. The crowd had chased the riders off and beaten them. And when a secret policeman tried to stop us filming, the crowd turned on him and chased him away. The country's religious leadership has called on people to respect the result of the election. But the man the crowd believed had really won, Mir Hossein Mousavi, insisted that he wouldn't surrender to what he called this dangerous charade. Everything now depends on how the government responds to the violence in the streets. The government's instinct will be to crack down hard, but if anyone is killed, that could create a cycle of violence which might be really dangerous. Tonight we're hearing reports of trouble in big cities across the country. Rasht in the north, Mashhad in the east, Shiraz in the south. This is a dangerous moment for the Islamic Republic. John Simpson, BBC News, Tehran.
Watched closely the enthusiasm and the very vigorous debate and dialogue that occurred in the lead up to the Iranian elections. We are monitoring the situation as it unfolds in Iran, but we, like the rest of the world, are waiting and watching to see what the Iranian people decide. The United States has refrained from commenting on the election in Iran. We obviously hope that the outcome reflects the genuine will and desire of the Iranian people.
For Canada, on behalf of Canada, Canada is deeply concerned by reports of voting irregularities in the Iranian election. We're troubled by reports of intimidation of opposition candidates' offices by security forces. We've tasked our embassy officials in Tehran to closely monitor the situation, and Canada's calling on Iranian authorities to conduct fair and transparent